Bowl, what a Super Bowl it was. I think the Rams have hit something. They have a core group of guys that they can depend on, they can build off of. These young guys that are able to win a Super Bowl early in their career, they now have the secret sauce and the formula of what it needs to be and what it looks like, what practice feels like. Those tough times in a game where you feel like all the odds are against you, or here we go again kind of scenario. You change that from week 18 with the San Francisco 49ers all the way through the Super Bowl. Every game you've overcome an odd, a deficit of some sort. Thinking about playing in Detroit, I guess, I didn't really think about until having the chance to see him, Matthew, play out in the postseason, was being down was something that didn't buckle him. It didn't make him afraid. It was one of those things that he continued to play the game the way he plays it. Very strong arm, and he's a gunslinger. He's a magician with his eyes. Tends to throw a lot of DBs and linebackers off of where he's looking and where he's going to throw. And once he lets it go, he's normally spot on. But that kind of quarterback with that kind of confidence and doesn't get rattled in a game of being down, that's something to invigorate the sideline, give the defense rest, as well as keep the coordinator and the head coach feeling like they're always in the game. What teams this next season is going to give the AFC champions, the Cincinnati Bengals, a hard time, and the LA Rams on their respective side of the NFC a hard time? I think the Cincinnati Bengals are going to have to worry about the Buffalo Bills, and as long as these two quarterbacks are in the league, I think they might be paired up as, primetime television over the next decade quite a lot. What they have in Buffalo is special, and year after year we've seen them only progress and get better themselves as well. The last two postseasons didn't end the way they wanted to, but in the last two postseasons you can see progressively this team getting better. They're gelling, they're believing in one another. The city and Bill Mafia all around the country is behind them. I think if they stay healthy, Buffalo is going to be a contender in the AFC, and they may be Super Bowl champions themselves before it's all said and done. The Los Angeles Rams. I don't think there's one particular team that I just want to pull out and say this is going to give them the most problems like I did for the Cincinnati Bengals. I actually think making it out of the gauntlet of the NFC West for the Rams is going to be the most challenging part about their season upcoming. I think as long as Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll are paired up together, regardless of their issues or what's going on up there in the Northwest, as long as those two masterminds are together, they're always going to be dangerous, and you have the 12th man, giving them that home field advantage and that feel that they're always in the game. When you know each other like that, anything can happen. Moving on down the south in the Bay Area with the 49ers, I think we've seen this going on into the postseason. The 49ers were touting this 6-0 record against the Rams over the last 3 seasons until the playoffs where it mattered the most. But in that means the teams really know each other really well, and San Francisco feel like they have a beat on the Rams of what they would like to do. They feel like they can bully those guys and kind of instill their will on the Rams. Rams found a way in the postseason to do so, and I believe they will continue on. But that doesn't mean that these matchups are going to be any easier or any less as competitive as they've been the last few years. If anything, they're only going to get even more competitive because the two coaching staffs have really kind of found their groove and starting to find the personnel that they like to use to run their schemes. 49ers is going to be a bear, especially if they get a quarterback that they really feel pairs up with what they want to do with the head man. And lastly but not least, moving down to the desert. The Arizona Cardinals is always going to be dangerous as long as they have Kyler Murray as their quarterback and with D-Hop on the outside. Dangerous as a receiving core with the front seven on the defense that play really stout, really good football, and really disciplined, physical. And so those 6 games in the NFC West really is going to show me and most of us Rams fans where the team's going to be at in the next season. You get out in the NFC West, you really position yourself really well to be in the playoffs, and knowing that you have the team that can take you the distance as long as you win your division.